So when it says live, that means we're on.
Yeah.
LIVE, we're
Should
good to go.
be. All right, you're live.
Yeah, it says it right. You are now live. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Drew. I'm the Chief of Police here at Newport News Police Department, and this is one of our monthly chat sessions where I just try to have some conversations with our community. Not to take place of community meetings, but to interact and take questions that citizens that you all have about the police department or things in our community, or we just kind of discuss. I will tell you, yesterday was a hard day in our city. I am going to devote most of the day today and later this evening. So we'll do this from 12 to 1, and then we'll meet again from 6 to 7. I'm going to devote the session this afternoon and this evening to talk about openly, as much as I can, about what happened yesterday and some things that we're doing. So I first and foremost, my heart goes out to Heritage High School, our victims from yesterday, our two victims that suffered gunshot wounds, but to the numerous victims that experienced a traumatic event, primarily our students, the most precious possession that we have in our city. To the faculty and staff that were there, the parents that responded, and many in panic and anger and frustration, uncertainty. Is my child okay? I understand all of that. We train and go through numerous exercises and practice and train and retrain, and we're going to talk about some of those things in our cooperation and partnerships. We're going to talk a lot about that. But it is, the reason I bring it up is that even in training, it is extremely difficult to interject that feeling of fear and anger and frustration that goes on in those training moments. The reason we train so much about those things is to try to address that, to make it as close to reality as we can. I will tell you, I cannot be more impressed with the student body, the students that attend Heritage High School. I saw their faces as we evacuated that building. Some with tears rolling down their face, some with anger and frustration, some with uncertainty, some on their phones, some dropping things and leaving them as they exited. As myself and Chief Grinstead entered the building with other officers clearing the building, I saw faculty gathering students together as we ushered individuals out the front door. I saw officers and going down corridors, going and knocking on doors and getting people out. I could not be more impressed with our students and the faculty and staff at Heritage High School, not just teachers, individuals that worked in different capacities there. I was thoroughly impressed. It wasn't until I got a lot of call from individuals and text messages from other police chiefs and officials around our state, some out of state. It wasn't until maybe 7 o'clock yesterday evening I sat down and just started remembering. I think maybe the adrenaline dropped a little bit, and started remembering faces that I saw and images, officers and friends and family. I for the students, I am sorry that this happened. Family of those, or even people who knew students, right? My niece or nephew may go there. I could not be more impressed with the faculty and staff, cooperation, the conversation we had with school board members, Dr. Parker and his team, Rashad Wright, Dr. Vreeland. I just getting students out to the tennis courts, the bus drivers. I think they played a key role in getting people home, and Sheriff Gabe Morgan and his staff assisting with the evacuation and getting students to safe areas and getting them with their parents. It's just a real team effort. So we're going to talk about that situation today. I'm going to try and go through, and I'm going to do my very best to hit every comment. I apologize up front if I miss one. Sometimes there's a glitch and they don't come through, so I'm going to ask. I have a whole team in here with me today to make sure Sarah and Julie and Kelly are here with me. So if I miss one, we'll blame it on them. I'm just playing. I will do my very, very best. So I want to say hello to some people, and before I start, I do want to say I want to thank you for all of those prayers that have been offered up, not just today, but those yesterday for safety, the conversations, calls I got from several pastors. Uh, just checking on the department, checking on the situation, offering up prayers, and the number of text messages that I got from numbers I don't know that just said thank you. It's sometimes it's the most tragic things that happen that reveal how close we are in what we do. So let's start. Can I go? So Jonathan, Jonathan, sorry about being late, man. I tried. I was here a little early. We were just trying to get the lighting right? I don't want it to be too close. And it looks like I got some, to me, like I got some sparkles on my uniform, but they're saying it looks okay out there in TV land. So let me know. But it's good to have you on board, Jonathan. Thank you. Christina, thank you. So I saw the students as they left, but I have not had much interaction today. If we're talking about the two that were wounded, from what I've heard, the injuries are not considered life-threatening, but still, anytime you have a gunshot wound here, I mean, that to me is still serious. The one that had some trouble breathing, and then the issue with the arms, I believe that was someone that fell as they were leaving. But I haven't heard anything more negative. Hopefully I'll get some updates today. Morgan, are the schools going to start using metal detectors? Morgan, I know that they have them. I don't want to get too much into how the schools and what, I'm going to stay in my lane, if you will. I know that Dr. Park and I had some good conversations yesterday about different options. I think there's a school board meeting tonight where we'll have some officers there. I will try to whoa. So it says, my screen says I'm out of range. Do you all still see me there?
Yeah.
So my screen is completely gray.
Uh-oh.
So maybe I flipped something, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty good about not moving around. So I'm just going to talk to you guys and see if they can get this fixed. You want to sit in the seat, Sarah?
There you go.
Oh, there. I didn't touch nothing. There's a school board meeting tonight. I will do my best to swing by there. I know there's also a prayer vigil. A bunch of pastors are getting together at Heritage High School this evening. I think it's from 6 to 7. And then I will be here live at 6 to 7 just answering questions and sharing with individuals that may not get to tune in today. So Morgan, I don't want to answer for the schools. I just will tell you that Dr. Park and I had some really good conversations yesterday. Julie, did I miss one? I want to go back up to just.
Yeah. The question was he a student there? That was after Morgan's question about the detector.
So the question, was he a student? The answer is yes. He was enrolled there at school. Jennifer, thanks for the communication and your support. Jennifer, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But like I said, one of the things I talked when I got there, I asked Chief Creswell to be our direction out front. Myself and Chief Grinstead went in with the other officers, and our first thing was to make sure our hallways were safe and to evacuate those that we could. As we continued on, once the school was completely evacuated, we had our SWAT team and members of the FBI that were there to clear the rest of the school. And Sergeant Carter, Sergeant Bartley, the FBI team just did an amazing job. And it was clear to me we would find stragglers, maybe someone that was hiding in a restroom, or someone in a locker room, someone in a classroom. And we did. We found some students. We found some faculty that had taken safety. And that's okay to get people out. I think they were calling in the school office to let us know exactly what room they were in. And it worked very, very well. There's some chaotic things going on, but the communication worked very, very well. And I appreciate all those that had patience. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Thank you. All right, so we're bouncing around a little bit. Help me out, guys. Where are we at? Have we lost some?
Yeah.
Facebook has changed the way they're doing their comments,
So it's like, comments are like lot as
Okay.
they come in, so just,
All right, so we'll still go down?
Yeah, still go
And
down.
if I miss one, just send it back.
Yeah.
Because I think this is important, and I am dedicated the afternoon to spending some time with our community today. Ms. Cox, I saw you, I don't see you now, but thank you for the comment, I appreciate you. Sylvia, thank you so much. Let me tell you, I could not be more proud of the officers, the way they responded. I'm going to talk about that shortly. Tara, hello, Chief. I lost
yeah,
Tara.
see,
Yeah.
it's just going, hold on, give me a second.
It's okay. Don't try to find. Let's just stay at the top. We'll
Yeah.
just work through it. Deborah, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Is Heritage going virtual the rest of the week? You know, I believe they closed down today, and I think they are going virtual the rest of the week. Don't quote me, but I believe that is the direction. I'll know more from the schools later this evening, but I know their website will have it, but I believe you're absolutely correct. That they closed down today and will start virtual the rest of this week. We will not be sending our kids to school until there are backpack checks and those metal detectors. You know, I understand. I understand. I understand. Tara, I feel safe. I feel the same way. My daughter is only in elementary and I'm still worried. Now that could be a response to.
yeah, that is. You can
Please
go
bear
down.
with me a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work through it. It's okay. Scroll back up a little bit.
There you go. So,
Okay. So it looks like Monica's saying they're going virtual the next 2 weeks. Okay. Morgan, thank you. I appreciate that. Jonathan, thank you. I appreciate that. Bethany, can you talk more about the gun used? You said today that, scroll down just a little bit. Can you talk more about the gun used? You said today that it's been used multiple times in the city before. No, not multiple times in the city before, Bethany. So what happens is the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, we are going to carry the handgun there directly. We're not going to send it to the lab. We're going to send it to the ATF just for a quicker turnaround. There are ties to that firearm in 2 other jurisdictions, not here in Newport News, 2 other jurisdictions, one that borders us and one that's further north. So the ATF will give us some background on, we're able to do that because of what we call ballistics. So it's associated with a joining jurisdiction and a jurisdiction that's a little further north of us. I'll know more when I get that report back. I should have it back in 24 hours. So I'm hoping to get it back this evening, but we're taking that gun there today, so I may not know about it till tomorrow morning. I'll probably get a phone call about some different, but it's 2 other jurisdictions. We haven't linked it to any incident here in Newport News yet.
so if you want the comments in order, you can look at them.
No, I
on
can't
here.
read that. I know I can read that.
Okay. So
They
we'll
think
just-
I'm 25 years old and read all these things. What we'll do though is if you can see them, Sarah, if you see some comments you think I need to respond to, just let me know what they are and I'll respond to them. Deborah, I think the police department did a great job with the situation. I wish all of this craziness would stop.
Yeah.
Deborah, I appreciate that. It was a very stressful, tense situation. I could not be more impressed with the way the officers responded. You know, ever since Columbine happened, there was a different response to incidents
Keep going.
that take place in a school. Before, it used to be that officers would respond, set up a perimeter, and just try to have some conversation. Now it is officers rush in. And I got some questions at the scene about why do we see state police, why do we have the FBI, why do we have the ATF, why do we have the sheriffs, why do we have officers from other jurisdictions? Because when it's put out, right? Because when it's put out, that call goes to anyone in that area. So you could have a Hampton officer that lives in Newport News. You could have an officer a state trooper coming from traffic court. You could have a federal agent that is in our area that we all get that message. We're all trained the same way to respond. So when we got there were 6, 7, 8 officers already in. Captain Hires, Lieutenant Collins were already inside. Myself and Chief Grinstead went there. I put Chief Creswell on the outside, and all the resources came and they were managed, with good communication back and forth. So I was very, very impressed. As a matter of fact, at 1:30 today, I'm meeting with the leadership of the department. There are some officers that saw some things that I need to make sure they're okay. But I could not be more impressed. I could not be more impressed with the state police, the FBI, the ATF, the Richmond Sheriff's Office. I got calls and offers for manpower if we need anything from Hampton. My friend Chief Talbot, I talked to him twice this morning already. I got calls from Pocosin, from even as far as Chesapeake, Suffolk across the water. Just any resources you need. And I'm sure that other entities reached out. I'm just talking about ones that reached out directly that I saw messages from. We had other jurisdictions. My friend Chief Eric English in Henrico checked on me today, and Chief Randall down at Pensacola. We talked yesterday. Chief Hudgens in Pineville, North Carolina, that both came from here. It was just the professionalism I saw those officers use with parents that were just. I mean, imagine that panic of not knowing. I just could not be more. The city should be proud of the men and women in uniform. I am humbled to work with such professional people who care, who rushed into that building. The things they did, I need to make sure that they're okay. So we're going to be doing some things with our department psychologist to check on them later today.
Chief, I found a question that got missed.
Okay.
This is from Aaron. He says, "Hi, I'm a public school student in one of your sister cities, and situations like these scare me like other students. How can these situations be avoided? Media has suggested that we should be worried. Should we?"
I think you need to be vigilant. I think one of the biggest things that has been very, very helpful to us is Aaron, is that correct?
Yes.
So Aaron, I'm assuming, Aaron, that you're younger than me. I'm 50 years old. We have a different form of communication. You are much more media savvy and technical savvy than I am. You know, I'm used to someone calling me or come finding me and having a face-to-face conversation. All the things that go on with social media, I believe you are much more well-versed than I. If you see something or hear something, to let someone know. I'm not asking you to stand in front of a building and put a big sign, and my name is Aaron, this is where I live, and I want to tell you what I heard. What I am asking you is to reach out to an official. I don't care if it's a teacher, a faith leader, a pastor, a coach, a mentor, parent, aunt, uncle, or police. Hey, look, I saw this on social media and I want to let you know. We've got a couple of those things that went on yesterday. We got several posts. One post showed a bunch of firearms at naming Heritage High School. But it wasn't Heritage High School here in Newport News. It was Heritage High School in California. But I would rather know that and send that information to California than not see it. So I think you be vigilant. If you hear something, believe something, or you see something on social media, to reach out and let us know. That would be the advice. You know, do I think that you're living in danger going to school? No, not at all. I think that this is an isolated incident, but I'm not going to tell you that you know, we're in a different time. We're in a different age, and access to firearms is a concern of mine. The type of firearms that we're recovering off the street is a concern of mine. So I think it's be vigilant, be aware. If you know the old adage, if you see something or hear something, I would ask that you say something.
Got another one?
Okay.
This one's from Candace. She asks, "How about the other rumors going around about shootings at other schools that could go on? Is there any truth to that?"
So we got, and that kind of goes back to what Aaron was saying about, and somebody let me know, if I talk with Sarah back and forth, can you all hear us as it comes through on the screen? Okay, I just want to make sure. So the question is other rumors. So we did get some other text messages. Sometimes that's individuals playing around and they think it's funny. Sometimes it's what we call swatting calls that people send things just to see how the police respond, much like a bomb threat. But I don't care what it is. When we see those things, we're going to respond and act accordingly. We did have extra officers at different schools today. We did track down some of where those posts came from. To my knowledge, at 12:30 today, we have not had any other incidents at any school. We share that information directly with our school resource officers and Dr. Parker and his team to make sure that they have the same information, or if we're going to put extra officers at a school, that's why. Sometimes parents will, why are there so many officers here? Let me just touch base on that. When we send officers to a school, it is for no other reason but for the safety of our students. I care about the youth of this city. I do not have just a bunch of resources that, hey, let's just park them here. When I send resources to schools, it is because I care about our students and we take those threats seriously. So there has not been any report of anything that I've heard of today. One report we got of another shooting at Heritage was out in California. Scroll all the way up for me. I wanted to say hello to Tara, thank you for being here. We need the school and the world isn't safe between. And I lost you. I apologize. We're gonna fix this by 6 o'clock. I promise. We're gonna do this a lot different by 6 o'clock today. And if it gets worse, if we have to shut, I will just try to keep going the best I can. I gotta believe there's a better way of doing this. Jumping all over the place.
Maybe we can get him.
Jay, I lost Jay. You know what?
Oh,
Just leave it. This happens everywhere. We as parents need to speak with our children and watch their Facebook activities and let them know. You're exactly right, and it's very important. I'll try to hit some of these quicker, so at least I acknowledge. Ms. Smith, thank you for being here. Linda, thank you for all that you do. I appreciate that. Thank you for all you do to keep our community safe. Ford, hey Chief, was there an SRO at Heritage at the time of the shooting yesterday? There is an SRO. There was an SRO at Heritage. We work back and forth with Heritage and Achievable Dreams. I will tell you that I do have some shortages in our SROs. We have some other people filling in and trying to work the schedule a little bit different. But there was a SRO working back and forth at both those schools yesterday. They're right beside each other. He does an amazing job. It's a big school, and I believe he was in the area after the incident. Probably within about 30 seconds. He was coming assigned there and Achievable Dream, which is right beside.
All right.
Just scroll to the top. We'll just
Keep going.
Laura, I got a call today from Passage Middle School. They are having extra security. I could understand that. If there's things that come through, even if people call in or social media, if we get any indication of a threat, we will investigate it, but we'll always err on the side of caution and try to send officers there. Tara, thank you. I'll take every prayer you have. Thank you. Monica, thank you so much for the positive conversations under this live. No one is talking down to anyone or blaming anyone. Way to go, Newport News. Let's do it. Wow, Monica, that's it. We can look back at processes and systems. Right now it is supporting each other and most importantly, taking care of the youth of this city. My daughter is in K-12 program, but I had nieces in school yesterday. You all did it. Nikki, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ms. Smith, I see you. Thank you. Tasha, we cannot stop these things from happening. We as parents and caregivers need to talk and educate our children. They do not deserve to be scared to go to school. Tasha, you're absolutely right. I think it's all of us. It's I don't know that we could ever prevent anything. We see things across our country that happen across our TV screen. We see snippets. Yesterday, we ran into a school and saw faces and real people in tears right in front of us. And to continue to move forward, evacuate those students, I think that what we try to do is decrease the probability. I wish we lived in a perfect world where we could say it will never happen. We can't. But what we can do is, how do we learn from it, continue to move forward and try to decrease the probability of it happening again. Marlene, hi Chief Drew, this is from Wavy TV. To clarify, did you say suspect was enrolled? The individual was enrolled in the school? Yes. Candace Nicole. Candace, thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Thank you. Monica, Monica's helping me out with the answers. Thank you, Monica. Tanya, I'm grateful that you always take the time to talk to us and not just wait a minute. I'm grateful that you always take the time to talk to us, not try to just handle us. Oh wow. Thank you, Miss Clark. Look, your grammar was great. I was like, I messed that up. I think the only way we do better is to communicate and try to be transparent. I don't want to ever do anything to jeopardize a case, anything like that, but I think it is important that we have open conversations, and I try to be as transparent and share what I can. I appreciate that. Thank you. How do you really say it's an isolate? How can you really say it's an isolated incident? So because of the information that we have then developed late last night and through interviews and into this morning, I do not believe that this individual went to the school to harm multiple people. I think it is isolated because it was an issue with two individuals. I got to be really careful not to go too far into that, but it is because of the information that we've uncovered, the evidence that we have, interviews, and talking to several witnesses about what the motive actually was. So that's why when I say isolated, I mean that these two individuals knew each other. Laura, thank you. I appreciate that. Chief Drew, you did. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm not going to call you by what the name says on the screen because I don't want to. But thank you, Samantha. They found guns in Suffolk schools last week. It is surprising we still don't have metal detectors in all schools. Samantha, I didn't hear about that. I hope everyone was okay, and maybe someone tipped people off. So I hope everyone is okay. I had not heard that before. You say it was just, I think she said it was last week.
Yeah.
Nancy, it's on Facebook, Mitchell High School with guns and threats today. Yeah, so we did, I saw and I'll tell you what, parents and students both texted that information to us yesterday. We have officers at Minchville, we had officers there today to make sure, and I don't believe that there's been any incident, but we did put extra staffing and have some things that you will see, and then some things that you will not see. Let's just leave it at that about how we respond and different things. There's always a deterrent and presence, but there's also some covert things as well that we utilize. Does the police department still issue free handgun locks, the kind the kind with the long thick wire that goes through the trigger? We've done that in the past. I know other jurisdictions have do that. So yeah, I mean, if that's something that people are looking for, if you reach out to us, we may be able to round up a couple of those to assist with. Linda, way to go to all that was involved in the situation at Heritage. Prayers to all the students and families that were impacted by the Senseless Selfless Act. Hats off to all the law enforcement officers involved. This was a great thank you. Linda, thank you. I will tell you, I hesitated a little bit about going and talking to the media, but I heard parents, I saw parents, I saw the frustration, and I know it maybe have been too soon, but I wanted to give out what we knew and try to diffuse different posts and rumors. Yeah, I'd like to be a little more composed, I guess, at times. I do have a passion for youth of this city. Kids, they matter to me, and for that to happen, I was taken back by just images that we saw and the way the officers responded, and parents for the concern and fear and uncertainty. I understand it was a lot, but I think it's important to talk to our community, and I appreciate your words. Thank you. Keith, my friend up north, thank you, my friend. Tanya, I do have a question. There was an incident at Warwick last week that required extra police presence and heightened threats across all the schools. Do you believe any of this? So, Tanya, let me say this. Like I said, the incident yesterday, individuals knew each other. There were not groups involved. It was two individuals who had some issue with each other. Issue at Warwick was some post messages, I believe, about a fight that had happened the night before or the day before, and we wanted to make sure we didn't have a repeat of that. I think it happened as schools were getting out, his work was getting out and getting onto the buses. So could it be gang related? There's a possibility. I think it's important try to dwell down and see what those actual incidents are. The reason we were there, though, is because his kids had come out and were getting on the school bus. There was a fight that evening, and we wanted to be sure that we were there that morning. So I got a lot of calls about why are there so many officers at work, and that was the reason. And it wasn't, hey, this is a decision. This is a decision that the schools also requested. We had talked with the principal to set a tone early that we weren't going to tolerate that type of behavior, so to have people there. I know I missed a couple. I'm going to go back. I'm going to keep going with what's on my screen, and then for anything that I've missed, I apologize. It's the system. It's not what you all are doing. It's just the system. Robert, why are they advertising on social media and the news the location of the evacuees? Forgive any misspelling. Thank you. Why are they advertising on social media?
So we put out a release. I assume he's talking about the media. What?
He says, why are they advertising on social media?
The names and location of the.
So yesterday, when they were evacuating the school,
Right.
They were telling everyone to go to tennis courts.
To pick up their children.
Because parents were all going toward the front of the school, and
Gotcha.
we wanted to direct.
Yeah. So the reason for that, Robert, was parents calling in to start to get flooding into the system about where do I pick my child up? And as we're trying to keep that school safe, when I got there was about 30 or 40 parents trying to get in the school, and we still have a scene there. We don't know what we're at yet. So are you scrolling that down, or are they doing that?
Yes, I'm scrolling with that.
Take that back to the top for me. So when we go, we were trying to get information out of where we were directing kids to the tennis courts. That's where we're going to have the buses go, and trying to get information to parents where their children would be. I needed to get them away from any possible or potential danger at that school, and also clear the way so I could continue to get officers in there and evacuate kids more out. That's a good question. Aaron, for the most part, the things were still happening even in the heightened security methods like metal detectors. It's sad. I understand. Danica, Chief Drew, I think it speaks volumes of your attendance at every game or school function, interact with the students, and sorry I lost you, but I saw most of that. I appreciate that. You know, even if the game's canceled, Chief Grinstead and I will try to attend the ones. I got to see one of the games on Saturday and got updates from the second. But it's important, you know, and to support the youth of the city and to see the fans in the stands. I enjoy going to the games. I love this city. I love this department. I'm humbled. I do not take the position I'm in lightly. I know I make 100 mistakes a day. But I will tell you, charge that to my heart. I have a strong compassion for youth. That is our future. They drive me crazy sometimes, but I care about the kids of the city. I think we have some of the most talented students here, schools, and it's good to see. You know, just the football games are just one angle. Whether I'm walking in the community, all of those things, the outreach we do, it is to interact with our community and be open. I think that's important. When we talk about community policing, I kind of see that as a foundation. I think it has to start at the top. Danica, nope, I missed Danica. I'm sorry. I'm going. Shavonda, Chief, I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Bullock. I appreciate that. Judy, we must continue to pray, do what we can do, and let God do what He can. Judy, I will tell you, I'm a man of faith. I fear God, and I have spent a lot of time in prayer. I will tell you, driving to the scene, and last night and this morning, a lot of thank yous, because it certainly could have been a lot worse. And I agree with you 100% on faith and prayer. And like I said, there's a group of pastors. I talked to Pastor Swan. He's getting together today with other pastors that will be at Heritage. I talked with Pastor Riddick yesterday. I talked with Pastor Swan. I talked with Pastor Maxwell, all that just calling to check on the department, the situation, our city, offer up prayers. It was excellent. Kayla, does the incident that happened yesterday have anything to do with the posting of the pictures going around from guns from September 8th? No. The situation happened yesterday was a issue between two individuals.
So Danica was following up on a question that was missed by Jeffrey.
Okay.
Jeffrey's asking, hi Chief, just got on, so sorry if you've already addressed this. What's your take on the push by Richmond to remove SROs from schools?
Wow. Who's asking that question?
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, so I will tell you, I think one of the times when we talk about SROs in schools, I understand there are, some say that it's a school to prison pipeline, we make too many arrests in schools. Some say we don't need officers in schools. Some say we absolutely do. I've been in several meetings and heard several conversations. I will tell you, to me, the most important voice on that topic are the students who go to school. So last year with COVID, I was unable to do it, but the year before, I did a forum in each high school. I brought a panel with me just to address students. I wanted to hear from them. They could raise their hand, ask questions, or write it on an index card if they didn't feel comfortable. But I asked one question to the students. Do you want SROs in the school? I don't know the right answer. I want to hear the people that we impact or the students, right? And I will tell you, in every school that I asked that question, 95% of the hands went up that they want the SROs in the schools. I think it's important how we use them. We're not there to enforce if someone's using a phone. We shouldn't be used there to enforce minor discipline issues. We shouldn't be there to enforce if someone's in a hallway. We're there to protect students and build relationships with students. But I think the student voice is important, and that one I don't know that we pay enough attention to. So I will I understand concerns with having officers in schools, and I understand the benefit. I think we're in a different time today, and I see a strong benefit of officers being there, but I think that we have to have conversations, but I think it's important that we get student input. So I would ask you, Jeffrey, I would ask you, how do you feel about officers in schools? I'd very much be interested. Matter of fact, if students are out there, I'd love to know your opinion. It's important. It's important. Nikki, I have no problem volunteering to help speak with children. Nikki, thank you. I appreciate that. Danica, thank you. Is it Cassia? Am I reading that right? Cassie.
Yes.
If anyone needs a gun lock, wow, thank you. Douglas, just wanted to mention that outstanding, wonderful presence you bring. Douglas, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Crystal, I think he's talking about the kids.
We have another question that
Crystal, I'm not sure I'm following that one, but I totally get it. As a parent, Robert, as a parent, it's a huge concern about this until the situation is resolved. Robert, I understand. I have to weigh that balance. We had multiple, probably several hundred calls coming in. How do I get my student? And the reason, what we have to do is manage it the best we can. I wish there was a perfect way. And Robert, no, I think you make a great point. I get it totally. In the situation we have, it would be great if we had parents in one area, we got the kids out and the students and put them in another area, and then match them up. But when you have kind of a chaotic event and everybody running in every direction, we have to do the best we can to manage what we have. As the calls were coming in and parents were panicking and upset, that's why we were letting people know, trying to get information out of where the children would be. And I will tell you, it greatly helped us because we had some real issues. We still believe that we have someone inside, someone with a firearm, students and faculty inside, and a group of parents at the front door, if you will, right? Family and friends trying to get to brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. And I can't get officers in and I can't get people out. We're bottlenecked. So we had to immediately start moving people and letting people know where to go so they wouldn't come to that front door. Robert, you make a great point, and it's something we'll certainly look at. All I can tell you is from here is we were trying to let people know where their family would be. That's a great point. I appreciate you bringing it up, Robert. I totally get that. Danica, everything of running for office, just saying you have our vote, and wow, I appreciate that. Look, I've been doing this police work for 28 years. I love kind of having boots on the ground and interacting with the community. So I appreciate that. Nikki, here's to you. I had to make sure I had one before I came down. Shirley, I freeze mine. I've been known to do that a few times. Teresa, we need SROs. Please keep them there. I will tell you, Teresa, I have no intent to remove them. That would not be my call. If I were asked, I would give my opinion. But at the end of the day, that is the school's decision. But I think we have a very good. I think we're linked into what schools want and what we would recommend. And yeah, I will tell you, if I will not remove.
I have a couple of comments.
On my way, I would not want to remove them. So if they were asking, do I plan to remove them? The answer is no. If the school decided to go a different direction, then we would certainly do what the schools wanted. So.
This question is for Monica.
Okay.
She says, shifting away from the school incident, there has been a significant uptick in drug overdoses in our city. What are we doing to curb this uptick?
So, Sarah, we can. That is something we can't arrest our way out of it. So, we talk a lot about these different entities, and I do want to say I'm going to spend the majority of today talking about what happened yesterday. But that's a very good point. We have a ComStat meeting where we measure our crime and calls for service and reported incidents, and we look at different neighborhoods. What's our crime like there? That's one of the issues that I look at every Thursday and every Monday. What is our overdoses? What is our deaths? And the amount of resources we send there. But I think at some point we try to offer awareness. We try to get individuals to give us information about where they may be getting that supply from. But at the end of the day, drug addiction is real. and I think there are entities out there, but at some point, family, friends, and individuals have to make a choice that they want help, that they want, I can tell you this, my goal is not to arrest someone who has a alcohol problem or a drug addiction problem. Now, if individuals are out there selling illegal narcotics that has fentanyl in it, and that's being linked to death, tied to deaths, then we will address that. But that the police, what are we going to do I think that is a bigger question for our community, and different entities at the table to address. But I will tell you, I've talked to several mothers who have lost loved ones to drug addiction and overdoses, and it is horrific to go through, because you try so hard to help people, and even those that sometimes they fall back in. It's drug addiction and alcohol addiction are very real. Anita, our children need them also to look at what the 60 children. But Anita, thank you. I appreciate that. Danica, thank you. I appreciate that. Tara, my daughter was there yesterday, and she is scared to go back to the school building. We need the officers. Am I saying that? Is it Tiara? Tiara, let me tell you, I don't know if I saw your daughter as students were coming out and we were in and directing them out. I understand. And I will tell you, I cannot be prouder of your daughter. I don't know if she saw me or saw officers, but she's safe. She's with you, right? And I know that although the event is over, those images and things that happen will be with people. And she needs us just to wrap our arms around her and your arms around her. I appreciate you being here today. I appreciate your comments. And I don't know your daughter's name, but please tell her that the chief of police of this city is proud of her. I appreciate you. My son feels more comfortable with SROs than not having them. Not sure how much the SROs helped yesterday. Just think, if you would have been there, it could have been a lot worse. I would say that, is it Kayla?
Yes.
I would say that sums it up perfectly. It's a big school, and to be at a certain location, but it's decreasing the probability, decreasing the amount. And I appreciate that, getting some feedback from your son, how he feels. That's important. Thank you. Denise, both my kids went to Mitchville, and they both love their SROs. He made them feel safe and comfortable enough to come to him with any. Wow. I appreciate that, Ms. Gibbs. Thank you so much. I get that a lot from the school resource officers that I talk to, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Should be in the school. I'm a retired security officer here in Newport News. Well, first of all, Alfred, thank you for your service and work here, and I appreciate your comments and being here today. Thank you, my friend. Shelby, thank you, Shelby. We need more officers. I'm using my mom's Facebook account. You know me, why? I want to know why incidents are happening with our students in schools and hiding it from SROs. I want to know why my school metal detector aren't being used. I want to know why the SROs aren't allowed to do their jobs. They receive a brick wall. So, yeah, so look, so without, when we put an officer in the school, it is to build relationships with the students and protect those students. I want to make sure that we're not using it. I don't want it to do. And I tell you, I get a report every Monday about arrests we make. I don't see us making an absorbent amount of arrest in the schools. I see it more of a coaching and mentoring. I think that's how Dr. Parker, I don't want to speak for him, but I think that's how they see it. I know that that's how myself and Rashad Wright would like it to be. Some of the other issues I'm not going to comment on. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our kids are safe, that they go to a learning environment where they can learn and enjoy being there. And so I understand there's a lot of balance and safety. And I've talked to people in our community, some pastors, about that same thing just today. So I appreciate your comments, and I'm glad we can have an open conversation. Ms. Richardson, I think it's extremely important to have SROs in the schools. Kids need someone they can see and relate to every day for a good relationship between the students and the police. I appreciate that, Carol. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I graduated from, is that Mitchville? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Good deal. Thank you. I greatly appreciate them letting me know, because I had bottled at the door. I immediately was able to. Monica, thank you. So that goes back to Robert's question, why we let. So yeah, so you can kind of see Monica, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh, it's so sad how kids can just go to school. How kids can't just go to school. After this, I don't know anybody goes to school anymore. This generation like to follow behind each other. One person do it, they want to do it, and they think it's fun. Yeah, there's, Nia, you're right. Yeah, all I'm going to say to that post is I agree. And I understand. I understand I get it. Thank you. Wow, thank you. I thought officers were always in schools. So Anna, when we're at basketball games, we're at football games. We do have SROs in every high school and every middle school. I do have some shortages, so we're having some people fill in. I have an academy that graduates in November. We'll be adding more to the SROs. We've had some that have retired. We got to make sure we get the right fit there. That people officers that enjoy that interaction. I think it is a good program. I think Captain Tegens, Lieutenant Morgan do a great job. Sergeant Webster, Sergeant Goss, and Sergeant Rajkumar do a great job with community youth and outreach. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Ms. Rollins, great police work to keep everyone safe and calm yesterday. Incredible job working. I appreciate that, Liz. Like I said, for a while there was a little chaotic until we got things set up. Like I said, Chief Creswell did a great job on the outside, and myself and Chief Grinstead went inside. I needed to see the officers in there, but they were on autopilot. They were doing their thing the way they were trained. I could not be more impressed in seeing those kids come down the stairways, and some that were kind of in shock, some that were crying and scared, and I needed to see them. I needed to see them. I'm talking to her, and I ask if she wants to talk to anyone, and she doesn't want to talk yet. And that's okay. It may take a while, but here's the important thing: she's safe, right? And we have to understand she went through something traumatic, and so I totally get it. I applaud you for having those conversations with her, and not just I appreciate it. That's awesome. I was on the phone with her the entire time, and it was tragic to me. So I know it was worse. You're absolutely right. Both of you are heroes from yesterday, and I appreciate you both. Jonathan, missing person. Is that a Jonathan? I'm not sure what you're asking me, buddy. Missing person at Newport News. I'm not sure what you're asking me there. Just kind of clarify that for me if you can. Lisa, are security officers in the high school buildings after school for events practice? Lisa, I don't know. I'm not sure. When you're talking like football practice and volleyball, basketball, I'm not sure about that. I have to follow up with that. I'm not exactly sure. It's a good question though. It's a really good question because school doesn't just end. There's still, it's a good question. I will keep her in prayer. Oh wow, she's responding back. Thank you. Nikki, Chief Drew, I think we should start an event where we as parents talk to kids one day on weekends because some kids don't like talking to other parents. It's a good point. I would certainly be open to hearing something like that, how it will take place. That's important. Am I saying that right? Is it Tiara?
Mm-hmm.
Tiara, listen to me. Thank you. Thank you. Ashley, my question is, my daughter is in elementary school. What are some good ways to talk about how to handle a situation like yesterday and reassure that she will be okay to go to middle school and high school? Wow, Ashley, that's a great question. I think that you have to have, depending on her age, but I think you have to have open conversations. And I think the biggest thing is tell her that if she hears something or sees something, to let someone know. If she's afraid, it's okay to share that. There's not to talk to your teacher. And if she is afraid, to find an adult if something happens to stay close to a teacher or an adult. Yeah, depending on her age, I would have a different conversation with a fourth and fifth grader than I would a kindergarten or first grader. But I just think it's reassurance, and yeah, But I will tell you, probably no good way to have that conversation. It's hard, and let me apologize to you that we have to have those conversations. Love you too, Tiara. Thank you. I had Steve, but I missed him. So the screen jumped, so I'm sorry, Steve. Bethany, Chief Drew, just to confirm, you said the suspect was involved. I missed you too.
We were in school.
So we've hit that a few times already. I'm not going to keep going over that. If you want to reach out to the PIO office, but so we get it one last time because I think we've had it about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
The individual involved in the incidents yesterday, we're all students and we're all in school together. Okay. Dutch, it's the parents. The Dutch, it's this. Is how I'm going to take your question. We know what happened. The big thing for us now is determine why. Why did it get? Why, whatever the conflict was, did it get to that point? Where did the firearm come from? How does it escalate to that? And how do we address it the best way? And I don't know that that's the best way. It's just going to be through law enforcement, right? It's how did we get to that point? For everyone who's directly or indirectly impacted, pretty much all of us, reach out to mental health support. Ellen, I'll tell you, it's an excellent post. At 1:30 today, I'm having a meeting with my assistant chiefs, and there are several individuals that I need to check on. I need to talk to the dispatcher who dispatched that call and had all the calls coming in. I need to talk on the first officers that responded. There's a particular lieutenant who helped carry an individual out. When I saw her, she performed brilliantly, but she was shaken. There are several individuals that I'm going to make sure that I get some mental health checks on. I thought they did outstanding work, and I owe them to make our department psychologist to have a conversation with them. I need to pillow my head at night knowing that I allowed that to happen. In fact, encouraged it. Faith, y'all did an awesome job at the school yesterday. I lost your Faith, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Speak with children, get more. Sharonda, point period, it takes a village. I agree. Dutch, these troubled kids yeah, Dutch. I'm not. Some of the verbiage there, Dutch. I'm not. Like I said, this was an incident between 2 people, and it could have happened anywhere. So I'm not going to label somebody. I'm not doing that. Tanya, what is your thoughts on the lack of communication from the Newport News Public Schools in regards to shooting of parents? Tanya, I don't. When you say lack of communication, there was a lot of chaotic things going on. I'm not sure about the communication you're talking about. If it was about what had happened or what was going on, it took us a while to figure out what the situation was, what we had, getting out accurate information. So yeah, I'd be. I don't want to comment on that because I'm not exactly sure of how what you're referring to. If it's we didn't know what was going on, or we got conflicting messages, or so I'm going to take it easy on that one. Ms. Spratley, do those involved qualify for mental health services? Yeah, Ms. Spratley, there's a lot of components to that, and we'd have to sit down and have that conversation. If you're talking about the 2 that suffered wounds or others that were there, I mean that's I need to know a little bit more about what we're talking there. I'm going to be praying for your. Oh, that's a response, I think, back to someone else.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. Jonathan, check messages on the page. Is that for us to check?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what he's referring to. He had asked about missing persons.
Okay, Jonathan. I think it's about the missing person. All right, I'll check into that and get something back to you, my friend. The officers. Oh, okay. I love Chief Julie loves the kids, and Molly, I appreciate that. Thank you. Horrible that because of one incident yesterday, now kids are seeing warnings of things to come in quite a few schools on social media and just words of mouth. I try to tell kids, it's probably just other kids. That's a big part of it. We have abilities to go into those accounts and see what's being said, where they originate from, what computer address they come from. And the majority of them are exactly that. People think it's funny. With that said, we investigate each and every one. Each and every one. I don't take any of that stuff for granted. So, but yeah, it is sad. It is so evident how much you care for this city and its citizens. Your transparency is very much appreciated. We're so blessed. You pray. You never need to use what. Lori, I appreciate that. You said it better than me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Teresa, I drove a school bus for 24 years. Teresa, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you for your service. I remember when I rode a school bus, and I wasn't always the best kid on the bus, and school bus drivers are special people. But I knew mine by name, and she always checked on me. And I would get off the school bus, and she would say, "We'll see you tomorrow, and remember to behave." And I appreciated that. You drove a school bus for 24 years, but not only was I a driver, a mentor. Children is the best part of the job, knowing I made a difference. And Teresa, I can tell you, don't let anybody tell you different. School bus drivers do make a difference. You do. Latoya, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I want to acknowledge all you beautiful souls up there giving total stranger comfort. But wow, thank you. Do those involve? Yeah, we already did. That's a repeat, I think.
Yeah.
The things happen in all areas of Morgan. Very true. Latoya, thank you. Wow, I needed that. Thank you. Are parents held accountable for their children possessing a firearm? Terry, I don't know that parents knew. There's certainly questions that we'll ask, not just in this situation, but others. I can tell you, my parents didn't know everything I did as a high school student. Yeah, if they facilitated it, but yeah, it'll be some questions will be asked, but I will tell you, parents in this situation acted extremely well, extremely well. Ms. Bradley, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I believe to get to the point cause we need to be involved into what our children are doing. Nikki, I absolutely agree with that. We should, and not in parents, right, raising families, but also adults who interact with those students. We know. I think we can tell if you have a relationship with someone. Communication. I was in a meeting today with Mark Herring, Attorney General here in the state of Virginia, and I had the mayor from Hampton, and Mayor Price from Newport News, and delegates, and people were in a room talking about gun violence, and the resounding. Everything came back to communication and relationships, being able to have conversations and to notice when something's off, to notice when there's something different. So, yeah, it's a great point. Keith, got to go back to the court. Great. I appreciate you, Keith. Thank you. And God bless you too, my friend. Anna, thank you. I appreciate that. I got a great phone call from Pastor Tony. We had a really good conversation, and I appreciated that. That meant a lot. And I needed it. When he called, I needed it. Any need for therapy dogs? Ashley, I'll keep you posted, if that's something. Dutch, no apologies needed, my friend. No, I appreciate you, Dutch. Thank you. I think I get what you're trying to say. Roy, was schools told to be modified lockdown or full lockdown? Roy, I think they locked the school down, and I had heard other schools even in the area were. So I'm pretty sure they were all locked down until we could determine safety and what we had. And firearms are everywhere, but when I was in school, if you won't like that, but again, it's up to us to make a change. Agree. Liz, Warwick High School principal called all parents yesterday. Wow, that's good. Yeah, I was at a football game Warwick was playing, and I got to see the principal. We had a really good conversation, and I appreciate we have a really good relationship, really with all our schools. But I got to have a one-on-one with her. I was teasing her about her new shoe she's got, right? That big boot she's got on her, until her foot heals, ankle heals. I was giving her a hard time, but she's good people, and we had a really good conversation. I read a quote from a student that they tried to exit through an emergency exit door, but it would not open. Will safety exits be locked at? Savannah, I don't want to comment on it because I don't know the situation. I don't know if those doors are locked or if it couldn't be opened. I just don't know enough about the situation to say there. Prayers for all. Nikki, thank you. Bella, why don't our schools all have? Bella, I'm sure conversations are going on as we speak. The problem is Facebook and other social media. That's why I say let's do something with the kids on the weekends. Yeah, Nikki, I agree. I agree. I think it's hard today, much harder. I don't want to say how old I am, right? But, something happened when I was a kid. It happened, that incident. There'd be some rumors, but 2 or 3 days it was done. With social media, it's just out there forever. It can be out there for weeks and weeks, and people chime in and say things, and the pressure that comes from it, I just can't imagine. It's hard. It's hard. not something you can control, but should have immediately sent out a robocall. Yeah, there will be plenty of time for us to go back. I see what you're saying though about individuals. What does it say? We have families all over. Yeah, there's no excuse for parents had to find out what happened. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of time to go back, and we'll always reevaluate what did we do and what can we do better. What did we learn? Um, Big thing for me is that everybody is still with us. When I was in school, we had actual metal detectors. We had to walk through security guards, go through book bags, random. Michelle, duly noted. I appreciate your comment. Thank you. Hi, Chief. This is great to talk to people. Ms. Brumfield, it's good to have you here. It's great to talk to people. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is my point. Just to be open and as transparent as much as I possibly can. Much different time. I think Bella's responded to some. Okay. Huge thank you to the officers who responded yesterday. We relocated here from North Carolina. We have 2 seniors who, wow, this is the first year. We arrived before the officers. However, the professionalism and the way the scene was secured was great considering the circumstances. Thank you for the open chat. And I'm amazed at love and support you have for the community. I see you get me choked up on Facebook. I gotta reposition myself. Monique, first of all, thank you for your comments. I want to apologize to both your children that are at the school. I wish no one ever had to go through that. I think they were heroes yesterday. I appreciate you taking time out of your day and the comments. It's important. The men and women in this department, sworn and civilian, both see that and hear that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Tanya, yes, I was student at work as well as received a call. Oh, okay, okay, great. So I was over it. Good. I live in North Carolina, but want to thank you for doing this live. An excellent example of working with the community. Terry, thank you. It means a lot. Thank you. Look, I've been doing it for a couple years now, but I'm still trying to figure it out. They still don't let me touch anything. I'm not allowed to touch nothing. They like sit here. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But I do think it's beneficial to try to have some open communication. So I appreciate that. Thank you for including youth in our activities and decisions. Thank you for responding to including those things. It's so nice to have someone other than our family to take. Wow, it means so much to give a voice and to include and take seriously. We're not stupid kids. So YAPC, for those that are chimed in just for a second, that is our young adult police commissioners. It is a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior from every high school in our city, and we meet every Wednesday. Don't go too far. We meet every Wednesday to have conversations. And we talk about what should policing look like today? What do they expect from their community? What do they expect from their school? How's the best way to communicate? I take them to city council meetings and they address the mayor and city council. I ask them to go on community walks with me and walk in the neighborhood. I ask, how's the best way to effectively communicate with youth today? What are your goals? What do you want to see change? What can we do better? Any event we have, whether it's a promotion ceremony, award ceremony, any event we have, I always have a youth involved as a guest speaker, a poem, something. Now, I'm trying to do that for 2 reasons. For you, young adult police commissioner member, I'm trying to do this for 2 reasons. One, and I hope you've heard me say it before, I want you to know and the youth of this city to know that you matter to me. The second, I want the men and women of this organization who wear this uniform, sworn and civilian, I want them to know that youth matter. And that working together we can do some great things. I think we have, whether we have the different TV stations coming in and teaching how to do interviews, how we have talking about domestic violence, how you guys chair and facilitate conversations with other youth. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Joseph, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Bob Ridgway. Man, I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you are doing okay down there in the Sunshine State, staying out of trouble. It's good to have you on board, my friend. Wow. Thank you, buddy. It means a lot. When I went to school, they would fight. Nikki, that's the same way with me. I would get in a fight. I lost most of them. And then we were friends the next day or playing ball the next day. So then it was done. Thank you again, Bob. I appreciate you. I was told the NPD told schools to do a modified lockdown. Yeah, Roy, I don't want to. I don't know what their conversation was. I want to make sure I stay in my lane. the protocols and how that message got out, who sent it. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know. So I don't want to. I don't. I'm not trying to dodge it. I just don't know the answer to that. Morgan, this has definitely been an eye-opening experience for everyone. We need to come together. Yes, but we also have learned how to better handle situations. Now is the time. Wow, Morgan, Kelly. I want to frame that, and I want to put that in my office. That's huge. Thank you. I'm going to use that again. I really appreciate that, Morgan. Thank you. Bullying is also an issue. Nikki, you're absolutely right. Haven't ruled some of that out. Very true. Just last week, I reached out to one of the local high schools to come in with, and I believe it was no coincidence. Miss Bradley, I will tell you, you and I both share a strong faith, and I could not agree with you more. Christina, praying for the students and staff. I'm proud of all, and God has His arms around us all. Amen. I can't ask for a better. Wow, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, Joseph. It means a lot. Tori, we need a social media tip line where students can report anonymously. They know info before. Yeah, you know what, Tori?
P3tips.com.
So they're telling me
P3tips.com.
P3tips.com. Don't ask me for what that stands for. But I will tell you what, we will put that on our Facebook page to get it out. PT.
P3. So that's the website for
That's
Crime
a web.
Line. So young people don't always like to pick up the phone and call, but they can go online to P3 Tips.
So that crime line tip that we have, we'll put it on our Facebook page again and highlight it, but it is so that you don't have to give a name if you don't want it. You can just share information. I think it has some different looks too. That's an interesting point. Thank you, Tori. You got me thinking now. That's good. Chief Drew, yeah, Nikki, I can't repeat that. I got to make sure I block that out. I really appreciate your openness with the community in amazing circumstances, but we need you to get the ball rolling to prevent these things from happening again. Bella, I'm going to stop there with a period before I go any further. I wish that I had a magic wand that can do that, but I'm telling you, if you want me to tell you that this will never happen again, I can't. All I can tell you is we can do the best we can to reduce it from occurring. I wish I had that ability. I just don't. Since the Sandy Hook shooting, everyone implemented the buzzer at the doors, but it's so easy to get in. You're right. People could open doors from anywhere in the building. They just buzz you in. The only way to stop random people and students from bringing firearms and other weapons in our schools is metal detector. Bella, you got some good points there. I'll tell you, I wish I could have picked myself up and put myself in that situation before it occurred. I just can't, and I think that's some of the challenges I face. My student graduated 2 years ago and loved her resource officer. Christina, thank you. That means a lot. Derek, for the situation to occur on a Monday and those two individuals been feuding the prior week, it was unnoticed. Derek, I don't know that. Not giving anyone an opportunity to de-escalate the matter. Derek, I don't know that. I can't say that Saturday we knew that or Sunday. I can say that after we did interviews, and I don't want to say with who, that some of that had been brought up. But I don't know when other people knew or if they knew. I can just tell you what some of the things that played out. But I think I'm going to take your point as a positive that when individuals see some things, conflict that may arise to try to disrupt it, I think is great. Look at Miss Rollins attending our police academy, citizens academy, posting the p3tips.com. That's great. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate that. Thanks for making me look better because I botched that all up. Thank you. Danica, in regards to social media and the news media, we know rumors circulated. Very true. How do you feel about news media putting out false information, creating? Do you feel the news is just as bad as social media? Danica, I'll tell you this. Whether it's news or parents or kids, people that hear things, and there's a lot of misinformation, and I'll just say this. The reason that I went and talked to the media when I did yesterday, I worked with our PIO, Kelly King, in her office, that I wanted to go and put out to people to hear from me what we had at the time. some of the information I had at the time was not at 100% accurate. I'm not saying I put out information I knew was wrong. I tried to put out what I knew at the time. It turns out most of that stuff was. There were some backstories there that didn't articulate like we thought or what we originally thought. But that was one of the reasons I think it is important to be open and transparent and try to get as much information out as possible to de-escalate the situation, to calm people down and get real information. Because when people don't get real information, then they start looking to what did this person post, what did this person say? Well, I took what this person said and retweeted it. Look, you got me trying to talk social media language now, and that's a wrong way to go. But yeah, that was one of the reasons that I tried, that I asked Kelly, let's go ahead and get the media together and get some information out. I don't know that people did it to create a panic. I think people are trying to understand what's going on, and it runs 100 miles an hour. You got emotions, and a lot of things can play into that. So, but that's a very good point. There was a lot of misinformation out there. Did your daughter? Oh, I think that Tanya's talking to someone. Teresa, thanks, Chief Truth, for compassion you have in our city and youth. Teresa, thank you, and thank you for what you do for all those years. I think that's a conversation going on. So I'm learning that some of these posts are conversations between people. So bear with me. I apologize. We're speaking on what schools can do, not what schools can do. It's what the parents. Gotcha. It's all of us together. Morgan, I agree. Amen. Okay, great. James, my girlfriend's grandson likes the. I don't understand the culture today. Okay, James, I got you. Yeah, how do we as parents send our kids back to school with an assurance that they are safe after something like this happens? I'm truly thankful the two children were still hurt. They should never have to worry about going to school and being. Miss Green, I'll tell you, you're absolutely correct. And I wish I had a solid answer for you. I think we have to understand, be careful we don't paint this with a broad brush that all this happens every day. I think that we have to look at the incident that occurred. But somebody already mentioned Sandy Hook, and we talked about Columbine, and I was at another agency when I turned the TV on and saw what happened in Virginia Tech. I don't know that we can ever prevent anything from this happening again. I think we can reduce the probability, try to do things better, and continue to grow. I think we have open conversations with our young people. I think kids are very resilient. I do think it is a different time, but I think it's having open conversations, and if you see something or hear something, or if you feel a certain way, to let someone know, and to open those lines of communication with your resource officer, with a teacher, a faculty member, most importantly, probably parents, and that we just don't take idle threats for granted. We try to respond to each and every one. Most of the ones we get are false, but we still respond to them as if it's 100% accurate. That's one of the things that we'll talk about in our department today. But I will tell you, I could not be more impressed with the response, whether it was the FBI, the sheriffs, the state police, the faculty, staff, the students. I just thought those kids, I was so impressed with our youth yesterday. I was so impressed. Let me tell you something. I saw kids stumble and other kids stop and help pick them up and get them out. The images I saw yesterday, although it was a horrific situation, I saw compassion for each other. The new media did not think. Danica, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Ellen, children have not been safe in school for years. The police can't stop this. We need to prevent this somehow. Ellen, I think we always have to strive, they get that right, strive to do better. You're doing an amazing job. Crystal, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. What are we at? Are we at 1:15 already?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is a good conversation. If I missed any, is there any kind of still lingering out there?
I'm trying to look for questions.
I'll see you at the next game. Dana, you absolutely will. Nikki,
Thank you.
you absolutely did the right thing holding the news conference. Connie, thank you, because I will tell you, I second guess myself a lot. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Jonathan, so generation kids don't listen. Yeah, Jonathan, I understand, man. Social media posts circulating yesterday had things incredibly wrong. Marlena, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you that you were involved in it. I appreciate that. Thank you. There's still a lot to do. You protect our, lost Jonathan. You
We're
protect our
going to the
judges.
to the most recent. It's
Okay.
happening to the most recent.
Bella, my faith is in you. I know you're doing your best you can to help prevent this from happening. Thank you, Bella. Wait, Metal Tech, what'd you say? Who graduated this year in fourth?
Yeah, there you go.
I had
One kid. There it is.
I had one kid who graduated this year and 4 more in kindergarten, 3rd grade, 5th grade. Oh my gosh. You got the whole population at the elementary school. No, Bella, I totally get it. And I will tell you, if there's anything that we can do, or an officer that, if you'd like an officer to come by and talk to your kids, I'll be glad to do that. I'm not saying you have to, but, I think it's important for us to have interaction, even starting at the elementary school. I think it's important. Brittany, my husband is currently in the police academy and will soon be a part of the workforce. I was so nervous about it at first, but seeing how you care I appreciate that. Thank you. I will tell you, Brittany, it's a hard profession. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a hard profession. It's very demanding, and not everybody can do it. And nothing against those that can't. You see some things you shouldn't see in life, but it is extremely, extremely rewarding. The ability to wake up every day and help people. Yesterday was a perfect example of that. Scroll up for me a little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
Come visit a deer football game. Oh wow, I would like to. You got to give me some dates and locations. I would love that. Thank you, Miss Wallace. Ellen, thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Brumfield, absolutely come together and brainstorm. Miss Brumfield, you kind of let it out of the bag the other day of an idea I had, but I love you. It's okay. I think I'm going to move that direction at the first of the year. Love you to be a part of that, or at least pick your brain a little bit. Yeah. What an offer to go by and talk to children. Yeah, absolutely. No, look, I tell you, we have a tremendous amount of compassion in this department, and I know officers would do that in a minute, myself included. I was very impressed with student staff. But yes, Ms. Washington, I appreciate that. Thank you. You all have a wonderful day, Morgan. Can we look forward to more community talks live? Absolutely. Wait, you want me to do more of the Morgan? You want me to do more of the Facebook stuff? They get me down here twice, one day a month, 2 times. You see how much I struggle going through this. You just want something to laugh at. I do enjoy the conversations though, and it's really cool. Bella, let me know. Just reach out. Just call the police department and just let's talk. If it's something, I'll tell you, if you want to bring a group of kids together, I'll go to them, or they can come here. I would more than be willing to sit down and have conversations. And sometimes it's enough just to listen. It's enough just to listen. I will bring a Diet Mountain Dew with me, and I will just listen. The whole format of the conversation, not only from the chief, but all the beautiful people reaching out. Wow. My son graduated from Heritage. We're a family. Wow. Aunt Anita, you are 100% correct. We love your Facebook time. Okay, listen, it is 1:20. I'm going to stop it there.
I think we got all the missed comments, but if anyone had a question that didn't get answered, they can.
Yep.
You want to have them message us and you can answer
Yeah,
it at
so
6?
look, I'm going to end it there. I've got to go up and have a meeting about, I want to talk about the officers that responded, some certainly that saw some things in key situations. I need to make sure that they're okay, as well as dispatchers. I haven't told my staff what I'm going to meet them about, so please don't text them and tell them. But there was a little bit of jumping around. I hope we get that worked out by 6 o'clock. I'm going to be back and do this again at 6 this evening. I know there's a group of pastors that are getting together to hold a prayer at Heritage. I'm going to have people there. I'm going to have some officers go by the school board meeting later this evening. I'm doing my best to stop by there myself, but I will be here at 6, committed to have a conversation with you again. If I missed any comments, please message the department. I will make sure we get back to you. I apologize. It was not my intent. I'm not trying to dodge anything, but yes, yeah. I appreciate you all taking the time to sit down with me. This means a lot. To share with you, the city is currently down 5% in crime. We've got a police graduation that will happen November 24th, I believe, is our next academy class. This month is Suicide Awareness Month. Next month we have two big issues going on the same month. Breast cancer. You'll see some officers, including myself, wearing a different color badge. And Domestic Violence Month. I want to make sure that this department is doing something each week for domestic violence, and I think we're going to light up our building again in a particular color. You'll see some of the domestic violence vehicles out that we do. So just remember those things. Sometimes it's hard for people to come forward. Look out for one another. Thank you for this time. I want to thank, before I close, I want to thank the men and women yesterday, from the dispatchers who took the original call, for the officers who responded and rushed into that building, not knowing what they would see, that have families, that have students, that have high school children of their own, for the officers that contained the outer perimeter and got students out, coordinated the sheriff's office and the school system to get kids picked up and go home. I want to thank our PIO office for getting messages out. I want to thank the media that allowed me to talk with them yesterday. I want to thank family and friends who participated in allowing it to bring it to a conclusion. I want to thank the state police, the FBI, the ATF. I want to thank the surrounding jurisdictions, police chiefs and departments who called to offer up resources. I want to thank the pastors of this city who called me. The school board members that were there, I want to thank Dr. Parker and his staff, Rashad Wright, Dr. Vreeland for the conversations and assistance. I want to thank the forensic technicians who went in there and processed that crime scene. I want to thank the officers who cleared those buildings. I want to thank the parents that responded and worked with us to get you reunited with your loved ones. Our hearts go out to those that did suffer injury. I'm praying for you, all of you. I'm hearing good reports. I'll keep following up with that. Just everybody that played a role yesterday. Excellent job. We train and we can sit behind a desk and look at on paper what we should do. It's different. You can never interject that energy and confusion and frustration and uncertainty into those training programs. You all performed amazingly yesterday. I want to thank Chief Creswell and Chief Grinstead specifically for helping me manage what was going on in this department at that critical need. Chief Creswell for what you did outside that perimeter, and Chief Grinstead for what you did inside that building. I appreciate you both. God bless you all. We'll do this again at 6 o'clock. And again, I apologize for bouncing around a little bit, but thank you for taking your time with me. I'll talk to you guys again at 6. God bless.